All right, and welcome back. It is time to get interactive right here on K24 this morning. We want to thank you so much for your feedback and, of course, your contribution on our social media platforms. Keep them coming. Tuma izo salams, by the way, at K24 TV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. My name is Shiko Kaitani. Of course, always joined by Paul Mngalambuvi and Jeff Mote. Gentlemen, it's a Friday day.
What's up?
Morning.
What up? Hey, movie, you've already danced enough now.
What are the There's a way DJ Ruby is doing his thing. You cannot not dance.
Do you know there is a video circulating of you on WhatsApp? How you katikad last week on Friday.
Wait, me? There's a picture, there's a video.
Yes.
How comes it hasn't featured me yet? Clearly it's not viral yet.
You'll find out about it. Ongea na digital team vizuri.
Kama uko na hiyo video tafadhali, can you tweet it to us at K24 TV tafadhali?
You know, Shiko is one of those key members in Kilimani Mam. So when she says the video doing the rounds, where you are, you're big,
Jeff,
big in that circuit.
Yani, movie was showing us some moves from high school.
Yeah?
Yani,
Nabado.
Hey.
Si akina Biena coming today.
Yes.
Sir. Ngojo one ile moves nitapula hapa hivi.
Things are going to be cray-cray. Hey. Okay, guys, as we're kicking off, I just want to mention about Lashon Daniels, Grammy Award-winning songwriter who was actually killed yesterday in a car accident in South Carolina. Lashon is actually known for writing tracks like Say My Name by Destiny's Child. He wrote for Michael Jackson. He even wrote that classic, The Boy Is Mine by Monica and Brandy. And it's quite unfortunate we've lost another one in the game. I don't know if you guys have actually seen, I mean, sites totally buzzing. Lashon Daniels dead at 41.
I mean, dying at 41 is quite a young age. Manze, and you can only imagine what he's, because us guys feeling his music, feeling his talent from, across the continent, across the ocean. And I can only imagine the guys who are close to him, the guys who actually knew him, his people who, were written songs for Beyonce and so on and so forth. I can only imagine what they're feeling right now in terms of the amount of talent and, of course, a close friend that has just been lost.
Yeah,
it's really sad when you think about it. Just last week, we're talking about, Kevin Hart having an accident. It just shows how things could go either way. You could go and survive and go back, or it could be the end of your life, end of everything that you've done. So just wish, the family, just giving them our condolences as they go through this, trying time. And just celebrate the music, because even if he went at 41, in those 41 years, you can see what he did. Left us with gems to enjoy for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely. We will definitely remember Lashon. Okay, the queen of rap has finally decided to retire and focus on family. Who are we talking about? Nicki Minaj. Well, she actually went on to tweet that she's chosen to retire and have a family. She added a note to her followers asking them to keep repping me, doing it till the death of me, because there's nobody who's checking me.
Wow.
And of course, that was in reference to a collaboration with Alicia Keys on a remix of the singer's hit, Girl on Fire. Now, Minaj recently told listeners of her Queen radio show that she and her boyfriend, Kenneth Perry, had applied for a marriage license and would be wedding in about 80 days. This is just heartbreaking for me. I can't believe Nicki Minaj is out. Jeff.
I'm not buying.
Listen, no.
I'm not. I mean, knowing these stars, there's an album she's working on.
Really?
Probably now they're just doing the mixing and mastering.
Oh, really?
So she'll do this. She'll even, go low, just, low profile for a while. Have the wedding happen, the pictures will leak, and then guys are like, oh my God, what's happening? Boom.
But you know what? We've always had drama because, let me tell you, you have always been a Cardi B fan, me I'm Nicki Minaj. So I know you're pretty happy about this news. You're just happy. Haters.
Right.
Nicki Minaj haters. Movie, don't tell me you're a Cardi B fan.
Actually, I'm not a fan of either. I mean, I love both. In terms
Movie's thinking about conscience coming to the country.
Right. For the let them know that, by the way, it's already here. It's already here. Taking photos everywhere. However, coming back to Nicki Minaj, I have to agree with Jeff on this, because this is a stunt, and we know this American artists do this all the time. Si kama watu wa Kenya wanaenda India kusema walikuwa na acidity, then wanarudi wanatoa ngoma ya acidity. Hapana. These ones actually know how to do this professionally. So I think she's going to take some time off for sure.
Yeah.
Because currently she's more or less the queen of rap. like you've clearly stated. So she's going to take some time off. Me, I'm thinking maybe she's pregnant. You know, you know, get pregnant after get married after the 80 days, deliver. Then she'll come back with an album called Rising from the Ashes Like a Phoenix. You know, something of the sort. No, and it's going to be huge.
I'm actually really disappointed because as Kenyans, we've seen this exact stunt before. Enter ringtone. How many times did you think he was looking for a wife?
Hey.
And then there was a song in the offing, as in I'm like, Nicki Minaj, please, get a different one. We've seen this.
Okay, let's see what you have to say about Nicki Minaj retiring from the business. Do you actually think all of this is just PR? Or for real, the queen of rap is out? At Nicholas Little goes on to say, proud to say that I have been a Nicki Minaj fan for 11 plus years. I'm thankful for her impact on my life. Okay. All right, at Sam Jake goes on to say, Nicki deserves to be happy, and if that's having a family, let her do that. Her legacy will always be here. What she has done, nobody can take away. All right, and finally, at The Real Gladden goes on to say that she could have managed it all, but I believe she wants to give her all to the family, and that is priceless. Indeed, by the way, one thing that you probably don't know about Nicki Minaj, she is such a homebody. Other than her concerts, other than being in studio and doing her media rounds, she is always at home. So this is just really like her.
Yep.
Moving on to the next story, Dwayne Johnson has actually cut his honeymoon short to help his injured friend Kevin Hart, who was seriously injured in a car crash recently. And we actually talked about that on Interactive. Now, Dwayne said that he would help him out and take his place on his show. They have actually he was actually on honeymoon, but Johnson decided to actually head home after the news broke that actor and comedian Kevin Hart was seriously injured and is definitely nursing, you know, his way to recovery. Guys, if you actually watched the last installment of Jumanji, these guys actually formed such a tight bond. You know, Dwayne and Kevin Hart were just inseparable, and we even see that from behind the scenes. So I can understand him going, you know, the extra mile for Kevin Hart, but yeah, how are you going to explain that to wifey?
You know, you can see that. The
We're going to cut our honeymoon short because your boy got into an accident.
Listen, first of all, these guys already live a honeymoon life, regardless of which season it is, whether you're married, divorced, dating, because they have all the money in the world. No, listen, they have all the money in the world. They have the most luxury that we don't experience. Even some of our billionaires here in Kenya, we don't experience the kind of lives these guys live. So for him to cut his honeymoon short and go help out his friend, I think it's a noble cause. Even I, as your husband, by the way, if today you told me, Shiko, that I need to go help out, Jeff Monte, his heart, or he's going through something, I'd be like, by all means, go. You know what? We can always have a honeymoon any day, anytime, anywhere. When you're not shooting a movie, we'll go chill. Kwani shida iko wapi? And besides, kawaida, our honeymoons in Kenya, how long do they take? A week, 2 weeks, maybe? Yeah. Awa wase wanenanga honeymoon ya almost mwezi moja. Dwayne got married like 3 weeks ago. What is he still doing on honeymoon?
Jeez, I'm just shocked that you never appeared on that list for stingy men in Kenya.
No, but
I Paul was deleted from
that. Stingy guy.
I clearly stated here, I'm not necessarily stingy, but I know how I make my money and I work hard for my money.
So you run a tight ship.
Hakuna venye tuspend do yangu hivi.
Agenda honeymoon for 3 weeks.
Wait,
Jeff, are you hearing that? We are not going on a honeymoon because we already live the honeymoon life. I don't understand why you need us to go to some destination.
Listen, Chico, if I ever get married again, I am not going for honeymoon with my wife.
What happens after the wedding?
Tutakaa kwa nyumba, tuishi kama ni kama tuko honeymoon, tunazima simu, hakuna kushika simu, tunatembea tu kwa keja ndege, hapo tunachoma nyama,
so what you're saying in short is that your honeymoon is going to be in Syokimau.
Sorry, come again?
Your honeymoon is going to be in Syokimau / Imali, where you're from.
Yeah, or I take you to Machakos People's Park.
I think this thing,
very quickly.
If there's one thing that chicks need to do is get advice from Mrs. Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. Because Mbuga's even had this discussion on the show. Bromance. Don't try and come in between that. As in, his boy had a car crash. Yes, it's our honeymoon, but you know what, honey? I am going. I need to see this guy. Don't make it a thing.
How about you just go to the moon and don't come back?
Go and get advice, please. Go to Mrs. Johnson for advice.
All right, let's see some of the feedback that we've got, or rather some of the tweets that have been coming through concerning Dwayne Johnson actually cancelling his honeymoon to be with his boy Kevin Hart following his accident at Derek Noshe. Frank goes on to say that The Rock has showed us that he is the rock in support for his friends during their hard days. Bless him. Okay. Next one at Catching Cinema goes on to say, whatever Hart prayed for in a friend, amen. How come someone is thinking about Mrs. Dwayne Johnson here? At Leap Anzel goes on to say, such a huge sacrifice. He understands that he can always have another honeymoon, but only has now to be with his friend. Sour. Now, speaking about weddings, member of music band Elani Maureen Kunga has made it official that her marriage was a private wedding ceremony that was held on the shores of Lake Naivasha towards the end of August. Now, the invite-only ceremony was attended by close family members and friends and was completely kept off from the public. The all-white wedding came barely months after the musician got married in a colorful traditional ceremony that was held in December of 2018. Jeff, after all the up close and personals you've done here, you could not secure us an invite.
To what again?
To Maureen's wedding.
To Maureen's what? I need you to underscore that word so that we understand why.
Just say
no,
it again.
these people are your boys.
No,
you're always telling us how you're on WhatsApp groups with all these celebs.
But to Maureen's what? To Maureen's what?
So?
To which function? Maureen's what?
It doesn't matter.
No,
you're missing the point.
Maureen's what?
The point
that
is,
one, yes.
you're in the...
That's why. You see that silence? That's why. Never. My friend. Hey, no.
Oh, she could look bad.
No, but you see, movie, Jeff is always flossing for us at how he has David Rudisha on speed dial.
I do.
The winner of the jackpot from Sport Pesa is his boy. They were actually having lunch, Jana.
But Chico, you need to understand one thing. And I know you'll say, oh, movie, you always side with Jeff because all you guys
yes, you do.
However, I'm with him on this one. Again, you know why? It is Maureen's wedding. It is not Jeff's wedding. It is not Movie's wedding. It is not Eliud Kipchoge's wedding. So if they decide to have, and the word is private. Yeah. It's just like, Shiko, we are buddies, but I can't budge into your house just because we're buddies. I can't. So, udem aliamua kukuwa na private event, na ni private kivyake, kama hukuitwa pole.
And by the way, adding on to that, for all you King Kaka fans, you will definitely be disappointed because he did say this, that he's going to have a very, watch even this one for 100 guests. He wants a private wedding of under 30 people.
That's cool. Yeah. That's totally, see, he did the proposal for everyone to see.
On stage.
What else do you want?
Yes.
Coming from two gentlemen who've actually done weddings and who've actually funded their own weddings. Yes. I can tell you, Shiko, they're expensive. Already feeding your family is a problem. Now maybe family yako ni wase so mbili. It's quite expensive.
Yeah. And
so you can imagine having an open invite or even extending your invite now to just because you know guys for interactive now.
You know, even that's why most guys don't even go for weddings. And that's why they, you know, as in you just remember your wedding, it's so traumatic. Yes. You're like, Apana, I can't go, I don't want to have memories of this. Yes. I'm thinking about budgets and catering and tents.
To add on to that,
what? I can't.
To add on to that, sometimes even that's why men are afraid of proposing by the
Jeez.
On a serious note, because the moment you say, honey, will you marry me? Now anaanza, so babe, can you have a white wedding at the beach? And you're thinking, guy. So you'd rather not propose. Watch out, nampenda. You know, just have as many kids as you want. Back at babe, when are you proposing? You're like, babe, I love you. Relax.
And that's what King Kaka was saying about his proposal. He was like, you know, me, I had to do it big. I had to show people that this is my boo. I'm not like most guys who are just like, maze shika ring tulale.
And you know, sometimes Rora shows are even expensive than the wedding. You know why? Because you have to transport people. For example, assuming you're marrying someone from across counties. So I'm from Machakos, or rather Kitui rather, and you know, wifey is from Bomet. You can imagine I have to ferry my people from Kitui all the way to Bomet, like Nido mob.
Sawa. Let's see what you have to say concerning this private ceremony. Do you agree with the guys that, by the way, it was, of course, understandable? At Kanyo goes on to say, safe to say, I'm officially heartbroken. Find me at the ICU. Oh, yes, Maureen is definitely off the list at J. Roba goes on to say that these days when a celebrity posts such a pic, you're caught in between congratulating them or turning their post notifications on. Okay, and then at that guy in Joroge goes on to say, I'm nervous. Isiwe wedding, yo kweli, I'm waiting for the new Elani album. Ain't nobody telling me nothing. Aye, guys, we're being a bit too suspicious. For real, she's married.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is not real. A PR stunt.
Easy publicity stunt.
No, this is not ringtone. Yeah.
It's not Nicki Minaj.
It's not Nicki Minaj.
But if they want to use their wedding as a stunt PR, not bad.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. And of course, on that particular one,
yeah.
Shiko, anytime there's a wedding, that's for public information. Never look to me for the hookup. Ever. If it's a wedding, never, just don't. Stop, ever. Done. Never.
Okay, Sawa. I don't know if you guys actually have some shout outs that we can read as my director tells me where we're going to go next.
There's a chick called Royal Goldberg on Instagram. And on the any mulininyima tu ticket ya Lion King hivyo. So Shiko, please answer that because when ulikuwa unapenda tiko si mimi. By
the way, just so you know, Movie is actually who selected the winners. And then next,
under the bus, we also have STL getting us from Costo, saying the show is awesome. Izo hits Zikuje and Namjibambe. So Costa Rica also in the house on that one. Big shout out to you as well.
Tuko naye Purity 7422 watching all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Nani huyo?
Purity.
Tunaye Purity.
Purity. Tunaye Purity. So Purity saying she's watching rather. We also have Phoebe Mwikali also watching as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff, do you have some more before I get to Twitter?
Let's
just
look at this.
One more?
One more. Of course, on the tweets, we can see this coming in really quick. Right there, who's coming in? Irene Washamata getting us from there. Bobo Wino as well. Kevin N. Mungai and Wawero Wajroge, a.k.a. Humble Boy.
Hey.
Waweru Wajroge.
Waweru, a.k.a. Humble Boy.
A.k.a. Humble Boy.
Last but not least, we have... Sorry for cutting you. We have Mbide watching all the way from Ngando, my former hood back on Gong Road. Thank you very much, Mbide, for watching. And the entire, I hope the entire family is watching. Akina Jose, Kanana, Mami, Auntie, Yango, Kila Bondo, Ebunte,
Sawa. And of course, if you're watching us from South Korea, Japan, where you at?
Wait,
Dubai. Japan. I think we have someone from Kuwait.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But that being said, just a notification, at least a heads up, by the way, that the 61st graduation ceremony at the University of Nairobi is taking place today. It's actually kicking off at exactly 8 a.m. If you haven't left the house,
don't leave.
Godspeed.
Yeah,
because we actually expect traffic to be bumper to bumper coming down all the way to museum and into the CBD. And so